Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 99th edition of the Fisher Kelly Banquet. Tonight, we celebrate our athletes from the safety of our homes as the entire North Attleboro community continues to social distance. With tonight's opening remarks is North Attleboro Superintendent, Mr. Scott Holcomb.
Hello. Welcome to the 99th celebration of the Fisher Kelly Banquet. My name is Scott Holcomb, and I am your Superintendent of Schools. I truly wish we could have all been together tonight to celebrate your accomplishments. Though we are not all gathered in the same place at the same time, we can still celebrate and remember all of the positive experiences you have accumulated throughout your high school seasons. Now, more than ever, we must maintain a positive mental outlook by counting our blessings and seeing what we have instead of what we are missing. I firmly believe athletics prepares you for these unprecedented moments. Athletics makes us face challenges both big and small, which you prepare for physically and mentally. These challenges and your preparation for them have made you strong. However, athletics does so much more than make you stronger. Participating in athletics teaches us that people are there to support us and that people care deeply about us. This support appears in many ways. Family and friends attending your event, celebrating your triumphs, and holding you up during tribulations. Coaches challenging you, cheering you on, pushing you to be your best, while teammates form bonds with you that last a lifetime. I'd like to thank you for being there for each other as athletes, as teammates, and as friends, and thank you for being examples for your underclassmen to look up to. Though the chapter of high school sports is coming to a close, never forget the profound impacts you had on those that surround you. Never underestimate the power each one of you possesses. Stay strong, stay connected, and stay healthy. And lastly, make sure you tell your parents and your guardians how much you love them and how much you appreciate all they do for you. Stay positive, and God bless.
To present the history of the Fisher Kelly Banquet, here is North Attleboro High School Principal, Mr. Peter Haviland.
Good evening and thank you. I'm Pete Haviland, Principal at North Attleboro High School, and I welcome each of you to the 2020 North Attleboro High School Fisher Kelly Awards Banquet. Tonight's Fisher Kelly Award Banquet marks the first of the great and traditional year-end events we are all privileged to enjoy each and every year. While we aren't able to be together in one room, enjoying each other's company to celebrate our athletes, their coaches, and our proud families, I am still honored to share this evening with each of you wherever you may be watching this ceremony. The Fisher Kelly Banquet honors the past, gives us confidence in our future, and reminds people in North Attleboro about how good we have it, as families, as neighbors, and friends, and as teammates. It's imperative that we never let go of a great tradition like this banquet, because it is when we lose these traditions that we also lose our sense of community and each other. This banquet is an event created, planned, and made possible by just about anybody and everybody who loves and cares for this town and their friends who live and work here. Let's celebrate that we continue to demonstrate a high value for athletics and the young student athletes of this great town. Let's celebrate the families who took the time to come together tonight on behalf of this value. Let's celebrate the 99 years of people from all over town pitching in to ensure that this great tradition continues. And let's celebrate the extraordinary achievements of each of these student athletes who, like so many before them, competed, won, or just simply ran out of time, and in all cases represented our town with great pride. So, to the athletes, when your name is called tonight as the recipient of these great awards, be sure to accept your new status with pride, because you deserve it. But please also accept them with gratitude and a promise. Gratitude to those folks who are watching tonight and those community members from the past who made your moment in the sun possible by making sure there were teams, fields, and games to be played. And for the promise, please be sure that when you grow older and have a family, that when your children take the same fields and courts on which you were privileged to compete, that you'll ensure that they will be able to enjoy the same great and memorable experiences, including being celebrated at the Fisher Kelly Banquet and the tremendous sense of community that this event inspires. Realizing the importance of sustaining this great tradition, I express my gratitude to Athletic Director Kummer and all of the coaches and players for insisting that we didn't add an asterisk to next year's program by canceling this year's celebration due to this pandemic. I thank each of you for being here tonight, and I admire this town for keeping worthwhile traditions like the Fisher Kelly Banquet as an important and everlasting part of life in North Attleboro. Thank you. Congratulations to each of you. Please continue to stay safe and go Big Red.
Athletic Director Kurt Kummer will now introduce this year's guest speaker.
It's my privilege to introduce this year's guest speakers. These two gentlemen are two of North Attleboro's finest. I've known these two gentlemen since they were little boys playing basketball on the side court, back at basketball practice when their dad was our coach, all the way till today, where they both work for NBA franchises. Along the way, they grew into fantastic high school basketball players with awards and accolades that are too many to name. They were both fantastic players, but more importantly than that, they were great student athletes who embodied everything that we believe in here at North Attleboro High School. From there, they both went on to storied careers at high-functioning Division I college programs. Mike went to UMass, who at the time was a Final Four competitor, and John went down to Georgia Tech. They both had great careers. They were both captains. They were both all-stars in their leagues, had wonderful careers. From there, they both went into high school coaching, into high school administration, and then into college coaching, where they've had excellent careers and have grown so much as young men. Today, they actually both work for NBA franchises, where Mike works for the Brooklyn Nets and their affiliate, the Long Island Nets, where he's an assistant basketball coach. And John works for the Atlanta Hawks, where he is a vice president, which is extremely impressive for both of them. Two of our finest basketball players that we've ever had, two of our finest students, and from a fantastic family in town. It gives me great pleasure to introduce John and Mike Babel for their talk to you today. Thank you.
We want to congratulate everyone in attendance this evening on your athletic accomplishments to date, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
I think the biggest thing you learn being an athlete at North Attleboro High School is the culture that exists. You take pride in working hard, having the discipline to get out and practice for hours a day, whether it's hitting the weight room for an hour or going into the gym and shooting for a couple hours at night, or if you're a baseball player, going out to baseball diamond, taking batting practice. If you're a soccer athlete, just getting out in the field and owning your craft. And I think that's one thing that I learned at North Attleboro is you learn about hard work, you learn about teamwork, being a great teamwork and being a part of something bigger than yourself. And the last thing I would say is just learn how to be coachable and respecting your elders and the coaches there, because they do have great coaches throughout that athletic department. And that's some of the things that I carried with me throughout my career.
I agree. And I think the one thing for our audience, in the last 20, 25 years post North Attleboro High School, what resonates with me most is the tradition, the winning tradition of, Go Big Red and North Attleboro High School athletics. Winning traditions are hard to find. They're hard to come by. And I guess if I look back, I really respect and appreciate the culture of North Attleboro High School, but the tradition. And that's built by the people. And I hope, sometimes you don't know when you're going through it, but the coaches at North High, the mentors that I looked up to when I was there, you may see their name on a court now or on a building, but Wilson Whitty was the principal. Ken Pickering, I know the court's named after him. The Johnson family, the Sullivan family, the Beaupre family, all the leaders of North Attleboro High School. It was built by the people, and you had to have great leadership. And as I've stepped into my leadership roles, I've kind of drawn on that as, if you're going to lead a group of people, if you're going to lead an organization, you want to anchor onto those winning traits and that value system. So it's kind of my biggest takeaway, and what I appreciate most about North High School was the tradition and the winning tradition and the people that built it. And Mike, you mentioned, hard work. That's another thing for me was there was no handouts at North Attleboro High School. You had to roll up your sleeves, you had to get in the weight room, you had to work, and you weren't entitled to anything. And hard work is kind of one thing I anchor to in my career now. And that started at North High School. It started going in the weight room, and I think the weights that are still in there today are the same ones we used back in the early 90s. And the lockers that are in the locker room, same lockers that were there when my dad was a coach in the late 80s. And that tradition, it stinks, but it stinks of Big Red pride, and it's rich and it's real and it's hard to come by. I assure you, the best winning tradition I've ever been around in my career has been North Attleboro High School. Quote I want to share with you is from Nick Saban, the head coach of University of Alabama, one of the best coaches in any sport right now living, probably certainly on the Mount Rushmore of football coaches. But Nick Saban was in an interview earlier in the fall, and he's talking about his players and their experiences, and they have decisions, and millennials especially sometimes want to get to the end result, the quickest way possible. And he said in sports, that's never the case. And his quote was, he looked at the reporter and he said, "It takes what it takes." And I kind of sat on that and chewed on it a little bit. And I said, there's a lot of truth to that. If you want to be a champion, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to be successful in college, if you want to be successful leaving North High, just remember, it takes what it takes. And what Nick Saban meant by that is you've got to put in the work. You've got to have process. And for me, I learned that process as a student athlete at North High School. My dad was a high school coach, school teacher, was a colonel in the Army. My mom was a hardworking part-time nurse at Rhode Island Hospital. Work ethic was something that resonated in our family, in the Babel family. I went to practice with my dad growing up every day when he was coaching at North Attleboro High School, and we would play one-on-one on the side. But it was every day of practice. It was 2 hours of basketball a day. And I did that, K through 8th grade. And when I got to high school, it never changed. It was in the weight room after school. It was in the gym, in season or out of season. Knew the custodian, Dexter, and I think he's recently retired, but he might still be there every now and then. Dexter was a friend of ours and had the key to the gym, and we'd get in there and we'd just work. And the common denominator is it was every day and work. And I've kind of hung my hat on that. It takes what it takes every day and work. And that's kind of my philosophy. And it's helped me get to where I want to be. And you're going to have failures, but if you wake up every day and you have a goal and you work towards it, you can achieve it. And it takes what it takes. That's what Nick Saban said.
Yeah, I'd just like to close with one thing myself. If I can give any advice as you move on in future endeavors, is to dream big and to chase your dreams with everything in your heart. And be a dreamer, because great things can happen to each and every individual sitting here watching this virtual banquet tonight. I want to wish everyone the best of luck. I want to thank the entire North Attleboro Athletic Administration, all the coaches, all the administrators. Just thank you for giving us the opportunity to come out and say a couple words. One thing we never forget is our roots and where we came from. And North Attleboro means a lot to us, and we just enjoy giving back to the community in any way that we can. And the last thing I'll leave you with is enjoy life every day, because life is short and you never know when it can be taken from you. So make sure you're living every day to the fullest, and I wish everyone the best of luck moving forward.
And I would close with, having a value system. And my value system anchors deeply in the roots of North Attleboro High School. And, the winning tradition, which I spoke about earlier, You walk into North High and you see, all the big red, the red branding, the red Rocketeers, the trophy cases, the red banners in the gymnasium. Those are years and years of hard work, sweat, determination, and teams. Just the stories behind those banners is what I kind of anchor to day. And if I can bring that North Attleboro experience of winning tradition, crazy as it may sound, from North Attleboro, Massachusetts into Atlanta, Georgia with the Atlanta Hawks organization, if I can anchor to that value system, and I know it works there at the high school level, and there's a winning tradition and a pride, that's exactly what I'm looking for with the Atlanta Hawks and the NBA, is winning tradition and pride. And so as you go on to your next step, and I wish all of the graduates of 2020 best of luck in college, but anchor to that value system. And you're going to win, and bring that winning tradition of Big Red Country wherever you may take your next step on life's journey. So thank you for your time tonight. Certainly enjoyed it. Thanks to all the coaches and the parents tuning in. North Attleboro High School and North Attleboro, Mass is home for us and a big part of our roots. And we appreciate you tuning in tonight and allowing us to share some stories, hopefully some knowledge, and hopefully one or two things resonate. So signing off. Thank you, Mr. Comer. And we'll see you next time I'm up in North Attleboro.
For this year's Senior Recognition Awards, here is football coach, Mr. Matt Ames.
Congratulations to all our senior athletes. These certificates represent the sports that each student athlete participated in during their senior year. As these seniors move on to their next stage in life, it is our hope that they can look at these plaques and remember not just the wins and losses, but the life lessons they learned. As we are all very well aware, life throws us curveballs, and hopefully because of the time spent on athletic teams, each of these athletes are better prepared to take on the challenges of life and thrive despite whatever circumstances they may face. Here are your 2020 senior athletes.
Here is volleyball coach Miss Rachel Gould to list all of North Attleboro's 3 sport athletes.
The Ironman 3 Sport Athlete Award. These awards are designed to recognize 3 sport high school student athletes who have demonstrated excellence in the area of understanding what taking a role on a team means. Their commitment and dedication is a value we respect and admire. These awards will be presented annually. This year's selections are Joe Barrows, William Bradley, Grace Cole, Regan Fine, Olivia Forbes, Daniel Gallagher, Abigail Gallagher, Kate Hanowich, Montrell Jackson, Natalie Kaiser,
John Comer,
Daniel Nobrega, Colette Petit, Nick Schwedel, Issa Sadiq, Stephen Taylor, and Nicholas Taylor.
To present the MIAA Sportsmanship Award are field hockey coach Karen Folan and ice hockey coach Ben McManama.
MIAA Sportsmanship Award. These awards are designed to recognize Massachusetts high school student athletes who have demonstrated excellence in the area of sportsmanship. These awards are presented annually to male and female athletes. The MIAA Sportsmanship Awards confer distinction on those selected who, through their athletic conduct, demonstrate an understanding that how you play the game is truly important. It gives me great pleasure to present these awards. This year's selections are Tommy O'Neill, Emmett Rout, Jack Pariello, Brady Johnson, Lucas Haddad, Brett Labonte, Andy DiMatteo, Jake McNeely, Dennis Morehouse, James Bush, James Sales, Isaiah McCowell, and Jeff Baker.
This year's selections are Michelle Pothier, Faith Gravlin, Katie Lindstrom, Lindsay Spratt, Eliza Dion, Kaylee DeMarco, Josephine Beckett, Alonza Robinson, Olivia Wills, Abigail Valdez, Rotodi Nandi, Alex Molson, Haley Gaskin, Brooke Street, Allison Carter, Bella Erdy, Cassidy Becker, Ari Preacher, and Ashley Cangiano. Congratulations.
For this year's Subway Teammate Awards, our golf coach, Steve Nelson, and boys basketball coach, Sean Mulcurrence.
My name is Stephen Nelson. I am the golf team coach at North Attleboro High School. I am pleased to be one of the two presenters for the Subway Scholarship. The two awards and $250 scholarships are presented annually to two senior student athletes. The scholarship recognizes the players deemed the best teammates based on selfless play, on and off-court leadership, as a mentor and role model to other student athletes, along with commitment and dedication to team. It gives me great pleasure to present one of the two scholarships to Jillian Berend. Jillian has been on the golf team for 4 years. Her senior year, she was elected co-captain by her teammates. She is also the only female to ever play for North Attleboro High School golf team. Jillian led by example. Her discipline and dedication to improve served as a role model for her teammates. Jillian proved that hard work really does pay off.
It gives me great pleasure to present one of these two scholarships to senior co-captain of the boys basketball team, Josh Porter. Josh was the definition of a great teammate. On and off the court, Josh's character and tireless work ethic made him the perfect role model for our young team. Congratulations, Josh.
Hi, my name is Norman Tashash, and I own the Subway restaurant that supports the outstanding female and male athletic scholarships at North Attleboro High School. On behalf of myself and my wife Alicia, I'd like to congratulate Jillian Berend and Josh Porter on receiving the 2020 award. We wish you the very best in all your future endeavors, and go North.
I'd like to introduce girls basketball coach Nikki Correa and Mrs. Terrace Espinoza to present the Jerry Espinoza Award and Scholarship.
The Jerry Espinoza Scholarship. This award and the $500 scholarship is presented to the student athlete who best exemplifies the core values of Jerry Espinoza. In an effort to recognize our student athletes that are the glue of great teams, this award is designed to acknowledge what it means to play with heart. I have had the privilege of being able to coach this young lady since 5th grade. This student athlete achieved her athletic potential through giving everything into preparation and striving to be her best. This year's selection is Olivia Forbes.
Hi, we're just so excited to be able to talk a little bit about Jerry Espinoza. And as you are the recipient of this scholarship in the honor of his name, we are excited in the memory of him that he was just a great man, great coach, a great person, He loved life, and he loved athletics, and he loved student athletes. He loved that an athlete that came in and gave everything that they had. And he loved the athlete that wasn't always the star, but the person that was the underdog that came back and really did the most with what they were equipped with. And it wasn't always about winning an event, but it was giving everything you had in an event, or a PR, or doing the best that you had done before. So by you receiving this, that means you worked really hard this year, and you used every one of your gifts that you have and used it to the most. And Brian, what would you like to say?
Yeah, and just adding to that, you know, my dad just enjoyed sports so much and athletics, and, you know, him growing up, like, he knew like he needed to just give it his all, and he enjoyed the blessing of being able to go out and compete and sharing that gift with fellow competitors. And, you know, for you to be able to share that with those around you and enjoy that blessing together, you know, is a great thing. And, you know, all that hard work that you've put in, giving it your all, you know, having great sportsmanship, you know, just making the most of your abilities, you know, is what it's all about. And we just want to congratulate you.
Yeah, congratulations. And one other thing that we'd like to add is that Jerry always cared about the athlete who cared about the other athletes, and the officials and the other coaches. And so we're just really happy for you, and we wish you the best of luck in the years to come.
At this time, girls basketball coach Nikki Correa and baseball coach Mike Hart will announce the winners of the Gary Baldonado Award and Scholarship.
This scholarship is presented to the student athletes who best exemplify the core value of Gary Bull Donato. In an effort to recognize our top toughest North kids, these awards are designed to acknowledge what it means to be mentally and physically tough being a North kid. I have had the privilege to coach and know this young lady since 5th grade. She exemplifies what it means to be mentally and physically tough, as well as being a great leader on and off the court. This student athlete achieved her athletic potential through work ethic and high energy and love of the game. This year's selection is Regan Fine.
The student athlete achieved his athletic potential through work ethic and high energy and love of the game. I will present him one of the scholarships to a player who knew how to grind it out. A stalwart in goal on the soccer field for the past 2 years, leading defense that allowed the fewest goals in the league in each of the past 2 seasons. On the baseball diamond, he showed tremendous versatility, playing infield and outfield positions while consistently getting the team out of jams on the pitching mound. We'll be taking his talents to the pitch at the University of Connecticut next fall. One of this year's Gary Donato Scholarship selections is Kyle Breer.
Nick Donato here from the Gary Donato Memorial Scholarship Fund. Excited to have some time with you today and to just describe our foundation and why North Attleboro means so much to us. But it really comes down to 9 different words that I believe have been really important to why the town means so much to me and has helped kind of develop the person that I am. And I know the same thing for my father. Grit, resilience, toughness, loyalty, community equals family, competition, character, lots of laughs, and no drama. What's in a home? Youngstown, Ohio and Bentleyville, Pennsylvania were home to my grandmother, we called her Nana, and my grandfather, we called him Papa, respectfully. My dad was born in Youngstown, Ohio, and my uncle in Heidelberg, Germany, while Papa was stationed there. Papa was a well-decorated colonel in the Army. One of his last assignments was to teach ROTC at Northeastern University in Boston. So the family needed a place to call home in Massachusetts. So while he was getting acquainted with Boston, he asked his driver to take him down 93 and 95, and they passed through plenty of respectable towns along the way, but he fell in love with North Attleboro. What was it about the town? He said it was the feel. It was the magic of the place, and that may sound overly dramatic, but I think it's true. There is something special about the town and the people here and the closeness of the community. and it became the new home of the DiNardo family, and it has been for the last 3 and 4 generations. My son was born in North Attleboro as well, on Anawan Road. So Nana and Pup-Up went all in, coaching youth sports, having friends over for dinner, Knights of Columbus membership, Sugar, which is my grandmother's name around town, yelling at sporting events while my grandfather's head was in his hands. My dad's not a Pirates, Steelers, Browns, or Indians fan. He's a Red Sox, Patriots, Celtics fan. My uncle is too. And there's a reason for that, because this is our home. My dad and uncle clearly had North Attleboro in their blood, and still do. Not only were they raised and educated in the town, but both played sports at North Attleboro High School, taught at the high school, coached athletics at the high school. And my dad brought up 2 boys, me and my brother Jesse, in town. Both grew up playing sports, and my brother doing performing arts in town. Our character was forged here through moments and interactions with the people in this community. That's what it's all about. So we're so grateful and honored to be able to provide value to this home in 2 different ways. One is higher education, which we've been doing for the past 12 years, and now physical education by having Gary DiNardo Memorial Stadium right in back of the high school to have a physical presence in North Attleboro for years and decades to come. So I often think about what my dad would say about all of this. I think he would be humbly embarrassed. He was not the boisterous type, but I know that he would be proud that he is a physical part of this town now, and 4 key components to his life. When I think about him and break him down, there's really 4 things that were really most important to him: family, friends, sports, and education. So on behalf of the Gary DiNardo Memorial Foundation, I want to thank you for having us as part of the Fisher Kelly Banquet, and congrats to all the winners today. Thanks.
To present the Alyssa Gutauskis Award and Scholarship is gymnastics coach Ms. Christina Carrier and Ms. Kristen Pickering.
Hi everyone, my name is Kristen Pickering. Some of you recognize me from the middle school, some of you I had in class. I'm fortunate enough every spring when it comes this time, I give out 2 scholarships, one to a female athlete and one to a male athlete. The female athlete scholarship is the Alyssa Gutauskis Female Big Red Scholarship presentation, and this award is awarded to a female student athlete in good academic standing. Every year it's a $500 scholarship. Alyssa, for whom the scholarship is named, was my captain in 2 sports, and she was a fierce competitor. She scored 1,000 points, but she was probably the nicest person you could know. So this scholarship makes me very happy.
Hi, my name is Christina Carrier and I am the varsity gymnastics coach. I am here to present the Alyssa Gutauskis Female Big Red Scholarship Award. This student athlete demonstrates the qualities of teamwork, selflessness, integrity, dedication, and sportsmanship. This young woman demonstrates the "there is no I in team" attitude. It gives me great pleasure to present this award and scholarship to Lindsay Robinson. Congratulations, Lindsay. I'm so proud of you.
To present the Kenneth G. Pickering Award and Scholarship is Ms. Kristen Pickering and football coach Mr. Donnie Johnson.
The second scholarship is the Ken Pickering Male Big Red Scholarship presentation, and that is awarded annually. It is also a $500 scholarship. It's presented to a male student athlete in good academic standing. My dad, Ken Pickering, was quite the personality both on and off the court. He was a North Attleboro alum. He was a teacher, a coach, an athletic director. He was the assistant principal. He was also on the school committee. The high school gym is named after him, if any of you noticed. I think I may have told you if you had me for class. He expected his players to be gentlemen first, and then scholars, and then athletes in that order.
It is my honor to announce the Kenneth G. Pickering Scholarship winner for the class of 2020. For me personally, Ken Pickering was also my physical education teacher and my basketball coach, and an important role model in my formative years. He is one of a handful of people who influenced me greatly in my chosen profession, and I am most proud to say that he became a trusted mentor, colleague, and friend. As a coach, Pick expected his players to be gentlemen first, then scholars, and then athletes, and in that order. To win this award, a young man must also demonstrate the qualities of leadership, dedication, integrity, and determination, all qualities of Coach Pickering. This year's recipient is indeed a gentleman, a scholar, and an athlete, and he's the kid that Pick would have loved. It gives me great pleasure to announce the 2020 Kenneth G. Pickering Scholarship Award winner, Russell Dunlap. Congratulations, Russ.
Congratulations to you both. Strange times, but I am confident that the two of you will go forth and do some great things. Congratulations to all of the graduates. You should be very proud of yourselves. I know we're proud of you.
Wrestling and boys soccer coach Jeff Burgess, along with Mr. Dan Rayberg, will now present the Liberty Mutual Award Scholarship.
It is my pleasure to present this year's 2020 Liberty Mutual Responsible Athlete Scholarship. This award is selected by the athletic department and sponsored by Liberty Mutual. This award and a $500 scholarship is presented to the student athlete who best exemplifies the core values of the Responsible Sports Program. In an effort to develop our future leaders and performers, this award is designed to acknowledge what it means to do the right thing through adversity. This student athlete achieved his athletic potential through honesty, supporting the team goals, the ability to handle pressure, and overcoming obstacles. This year's selection is Alex Pfeffer. Congratulations, Alex.
Hi guys, my name is Dan Rayberg. I work for Liberty Mutual Insurance. I was a 2008 graduate of North Attleboro High School. As I got into my business career, I quickly realized a lot of things that were making me successful in business were direct correlation from what I was taught from the North Attleboro Athletic Department. Things like work ethic and showing up on time and being a team player and doing the right thing and getting back up when you get knocked down. It sounds cliche, but there's a lot of people in this world that just can't do that. And those exact morals that you're taught at the high school level translate really well into life after sports. At some point, sports are over for all of us. So when we came up with this idea, this award, we wanted to recognize a kid that exemplified that. A tough, hardworking leader, on and off the field, somebody who can overcome obstacles. Listen, life's not always going to be easy. There's going to be stumbling blocks. We see that now with the COVID-19 crisis. The people that can overcome that are the people that are going to lead us to the next wave and into the future. So, Alex, it's my understanding that you are well deserved of this award. A captain, you're a leader. Listen, people look up to you, and that's going to translate into life later on. So take some ownership and responsibility in that, and we want to recognize you because that matters. That type of thing matters in this world. So congratulations, best of luck on the next chapter. Don't let this hold you down. I know it won't, because this too shall pass. Good luck with everything in the future.
To present the James Rice Scholarship is track coach Anne-Marie McGrail.
The James Rice Award and $1,000 scholarship is designed to recognize a North Attleboro High School athlete that has demonstrated excellence in the areas of citizenship, academics, and educational athletics. Jim was an avid supporter of this athletic department and believed deeply in the value of educational athletics as a means of becoming an exceptional citizen. It gives me great pleasure to present this award and scholarship to Lily Weatherby.
Football coach Mr. Derek Herber is here to present the Ironman 3-Sport Athlete Award.
The Ironman 3-Sport Athlete Award. This award and $1,000 scholarship is designed to recognize one three-sport athlete who has demonstrated excellence in the area of commitment, dedication, and understanding of the team's role. This year's recipient was an all-league performer while playing on Beaupre Field, reached the state finals while competing in Pickering Gymnasium, and has qualified for states while participating around the SD complex. It is my honor to introduce the 2020 Ironman Award to John Comer. Congratulations, John.
For the class of 2020's Scholar Athlete Awards, here are volleyball coach Kim Marshall and baseball coach Mike Hart.
The two students who have been selected for this award were nominated by their coaches and selected by their administrators. They represent the top student athletes based on academics, athletic participation, sportsmanship, leadership, and citizenship in the Hockomock League. They have successfully balanced a demanding academic schedule along with participating in athletics, as well as many extracurricular activities during their high school careers. To be selected for this award, the students have shown 4 years of dedication and commitment to their communities, their schools, their families, and themselves. This year's female award winner is an excellent example of a scholar athlete. The first time I saw her work ethic and athleticism was her sophomore year trying out for the volleyball team for the first time. I knew then and there that she was completely focused on success. She's one of the hardest working athletes in the gym, and I know that she is one of the hardest working students in the classroom. It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Female Scholar Athlete Award to Abigail Gallagher.
This year's male award winner saw his success come from his unmatched efforts in all areas of his life. These efforts earned him a starting position on both sides of the ball during his senior football season. He was a member of the 2008 state championship baseball team and a captain for the 2020 squad. It gives me great pleasure to present this year's Male Scholar Athlete Award to Owen Harding.
I'd like to introduce track coach Mr. Scott Holster to present the Dr. Daniel M. DeYoung Award.
My name is Scott Holster, and I have the honor of presenting this year's Dr. Daniel DeYoung Award. For 33 years, Dr. Dan DeYoung served as the team physician for the North Attleboro High School football team. In that capacity, he took time out of his busy schedule as a surgeon at Sturdy Hospital to spend Friday nights, Saturday afternoons, and many Thanksgiving mornings on the sidelines with Big Red football. North Attleboro Athletics is deeply indebted for his skilled hands, his compassionate heart, and his quiet reassurance that he provided to the hundreds of Rocketeer football players, cheerleaders, and other members of the teams so that they could play at their best capacity. Dr. DeYoung did this voluntarily without ever asking for or expecting anything in return. For the past 4 years, I've been really fortunate to be able to work with a number of seniors in this program, either as students or as athletes. It's been a privilege for me to act as their teacher and their coach, and for me this year's events only serve to prove the resilience and the character of the class of 2020. To me, those are really the hallmarks of the characteristics of this year's Dr. Daniel DeYoung Award, Sam Osa Agbontag. Hurdling takes a very special character. You have to be really resilient. It's one thing to really want to run fast. It's another thing to say, I'm going to run quickly and I'm going to put obstacles in front of me to make it a little bit harder. So for me, Sam, to come to practice day in and day out, to learn the technical aspects of an event that's very difficult, really pretty much started out by admitting that he was ready to accept a challenge. Sam, for sure, is someone who has served North Attleboro very, very well. He's been involved in all aspects of the school community. He's been a class leader. He's acted for student voice summits. He's even pursued leadership outside of North Attleboro High School. He has gone to Boys Nation in Washington, D.C., and honestly, I've been able to see his representation of our school on both the track and the classroom and on many other different levels. And I really do think he fits Dr. DeYoung's mold of service and exemplary behavior. Sam really recognized how much of a part of the tradition of North Attleboro and North Attleboro track and field he was. And I really hope he knows that he embodies all of the hard work and dedication that North Attleboro High School athletics and scholar athletes really represent. His resilience and character and how he has both approached athletics and academics are the things I think make him a standout. So for this year, all of those things are the reasons why I know Sam Osa Agmontine is the really outstanding choice to be the recipient of the Dr. Daniel D. Young Award. Congratulations, Sam.
Softball coach Bill Wallace, unified coach Kate McLaughlin, and indoor track coach Scott Holster will name this year's recipient of the Dr. Maurice D. Grant Award.
Good evening, parents, student athletes, and distinguished guests. It is my privilege to announce the recipient of the Dr. Grant Award. Dr. Maurice D. Grant. In 1978, the Dr. Maurice D. Grant Award was created. This award is dedicated to the memory of Dr. Grant. Dr. Grant was the football team doctor from the 1950s to the early 1970s, who preceded Dr. DeYoung. This award is presented annually in Dr. Grant's memory to a North Attleboro High School senior who displays exceptional achievement in scholarship, athletics, and citizenship. This student will join a prestigious list of former North Attleboro students who have set a path for others to follow. I am happy to announce that this year's recipient is Abby Slamey. Abby was a senior captain on the 2019 girls soccer team. She was like having another coach on the team. She started all 18 games at midfield for us and was the vocal leader on the pitch. Abby balanced her friendship and popularity with her teammates while pushing them at practices and matches. Abby also excelled in the classroom, carrying a rigorous course load. Her presence on the team and at NAHS will be sorely missed. Congratulations, Abby. I am proud to say I was your coach.
The one thing that I wanted to talk about with Abby regarding her classroom and how really excellent of a student she is that beyond her dedication to academics, she really puts in extra work and extra time, and she does so with a sense of humor and a really nice humanity to the way she approaches her work. I can't think of anyone who's been more consistent or more dedicated to her work throughout this school year, and even during the whole remote learning process. Abby has been one of the first people to respond to my assignments, and all of her work has been really, really good. And one of the things that I really appreciated is just the constant communication. Abby really is a model of consistency and a model of effort and extra effort, and I think she is definitely well deserving of the Dr. Grant Award.
Hi, my name is Caitlin McLaughlin and I coach the Unified Track team at North Attleboro High School. Abby Slamey has been a leader, athlete, and partner on my team for the past 2 years. Abby always has a smile on her face and can brighten anyone's day. All of the athletes loved Abby and they could always turn to her if they ever needed anything at all. Her sweet and kind demeanor brought her close to all of the athletes on our team. Our Unified Track team would not have been the same without her, and she will be greatly missed next season. You'll do great things in the future, Abby, and we wish you all of the best of luck and congratulations.
For this year's winners of the Athletic Cups, here is North Attleboro High School Athletic Director, Mr. Kurt Gummer.
It is my honor to present the 2020 Athletic Trophy Cup selections. The Athletic Trophy Cups are presented annually to the top female and male athletes in the graduating class. The Athletic Trophy Cup selections were picked by the administration from candidates nominated by their coaches. These awards are based on the students having the highest quality in the categories of athletic skill, attitude, leadership, and sportsmanship. This year's Female Athletic Trophy Cup selection is a two-sport captain. She's a Hockomock MVP. She is a recipient of the James Rice Award and Scholarship. She has earned 7 varsity letters. She has been a part of 10 school records. Next year, she has committed to run track at Northeastern University. It is my privilege to present this year's Athletic Trophy Cup to Lily Weatherby. This year's Male Athletic Trophy Cup selection He is a captain. He has earned 4 varsity letters. He was a member of the 2018 State Championship baseball team. He is a recipient of the Gary Boldonato Award and Scholarship. He will attend UConn in the fall to play soccer. It is my privilege to present this year's Athletic Trophy Cup to Kyle Briere.
At this time, Athletic Director Kurt Kummer would like to deliver tonight's closing remarks.
Student athletes, starting with next season, the number 20 will be worn in your memory. The coaches and team members will decide who and why number 20 will be worn for their teams. It may be a season-long or a week-long decision. That has yet to be determined. This will become a new and ongoing tradition. We all feel terrible that you have lost your spring season and everything that goes with your senior year. I hope this lesson will motivate our younger people to seize the day. Unfortunately, each of you can attest to the adage that you never know when you have played your last play, game, or season. For that reason, number 20 will always remind us of this and of you. I hope you have enjoyed the celebration of the 99th year of the Fisher Kelly Awards. This ceremony has been a time for the entire athletic department to come together and celebrate our seniors, their parents and their coaches, and the special times that we've all shared together. I would like to congratulate all of the award and scholarship winners. I would like to thank all of the organizations and families for these special awards and scholarships. I would like to thank all of our booster clubs and parents. Without your effort, the athletic department would cease to exist at the level that it does now. I also have to thank some people who, without their efforts, this night could not work. Jeff Burgess, Ann Dupre, Todd Vigorito, and Jared Ware of North TV. I would like to say thank you to our coaches. Thank you for your effort and your dedication to the student athletes of our town. I would like to thank all of our student athletes for their service, their courage, and the honor that they have shown during their time representing Big Red Athletics. Students, as we finish here tonight, I would like you to remember a few things that we have tried to reinforce through your athletic experience. That competition can have its good, its bad, and its ugly parts, but it's that competition that has revealed and developed your character and prepared you for life's battles, including the battle that you're in right now. I'd also like you to remember that no matter where you go and no matter what you do, that you will always have a home here in North Attleboro. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed the Fisher Kelly Awards. Good night, and go Big Red.